Hi, my name is Nicole. I'm a professional futurist. Have any of you here today ever heard of a professional futurist?
No, what is that?
Okay, well that's okay. You don't know what it is. I'm here today to tell you a little bit about what a professional futurist is and what we do. First of all, a futurist is somebody who studies the future. And no, we don't use tarot cards or a crystal ball or anything like that. We use very scientific techniques. I'm going to tell you a little bit about a few of them that we use and why we study the future. First of all, why do we study the future? It's not for entertainment, it's not for fun. It's actually quite for usefulness. We study the future to be prepared for it, to be prepared for opportunities and possible pitfalls that might come, to be able to deal with uncertainty, to be able to know where we want to go and bring ourselves. Those are reasons why we study the future. Now, there's a couple different types of futures that we develop to help us be prepared. Those are the baseline future, alternative futures, and visionary futures. And the baseline future is the official future. It's the future that we expect to happen, the most likely future. It's a continuation of current trends, and it takes into account the history of the situation and how we got there. It is basically a continuation of the present going on. But the problem with the baseline future is that it's almost always wrong. Something happens that brings us off the baseline, that changes things. And that's where we have alternative futures. Alternative futures are that set of futures that go off the baseline. We have those because reality, even though we think it's obvious, it really isn't. It's actually complex, multidimensional, and possibly multiple. We don't see everything that's going on. We don't hear everything that's going on. It's multiple. So, we actually have several different types of futures within alternative futures that we have. We have the possible futures. That's the set of futures that are possible. Okay, so there are 4 types of alternative futures. Those are the possible futures. Those are all futures that are possible. They can physically happen. The plausible futures. Those are the set of futures that are plausible, that people believe can happen, that when you tell it, they're like, oh, that makes sense, I can see that happening. The probabilistic futures, those are the futures that are probable. They have a probability of happening. And the preferable futures, those are the futures that we prefer to happen, that we would like to live in. Now, there are a couple ways we go about developing these futures. That is, we look at key drivers of uncertainty. And we do this through scanning. We actually scan what's going on in the environment. We look at newspapers and we look at what's happening to find out where we're going, what has happened. We go through those. We ask what if questions. What if this happens? What if that happens? We question everything. Is this real? Is this not? We say things that are accepted as being certain and known for sure to be certain, question that. We assume those to be false to see what happens. We gamify things. To put it into reality, we feel it so we can see make models to see what happens when you change the rules. And we think deeply about things. We go deeper into them and we put aside our judgments. And we emphasize plausible surprises, things that can come that just surprise us. Those are all things that go into building alternative futures. And going back to those alternative types of alternative futures, you have that preferred future. Now there's a special type of preferred future. This is called a visionary future. This is an idealized version of the future, one that we strive for, one that we set as a goal to have, that we want to go for. And they come from visions. Those are vision statements. And visions should be motivating. They should be moving. When you hear them, when people hear them, it should set off a reaction through a diverse set of people where they say, "Oh, that's it. That's what I've been trying to, and I can work towards that." Those are visions. So they have this power. And a truly good vision is one that makes people say those things. That I want to work for this. This is something worth my time. But then you also have unique vision. And uniqueness is a very important part of vision. It makes it special. Not all visions are unique. But the unique vision, people will say stuff like, if we don't do it, no one else will, or no one else can. They're very important. The visions are what we strive for. But they should be different. And they should be different than the present. They should be what we want. We should break free of our conventions, of what we have. There's Dater's Law, which says any useful statement about the future should appear to be ridiculous. And he says this not because the normal aren't that useful. I mean, they are. If you have a vision of getting a good job and living a good life, it doesn't sound ridiculous, but it's your vision. But it's not useful in changing the future. Visions that cause change appear to be ridiculous. Because if it's not, it's basically still the same as what's going on. Like a vision of an economy based off of cooperation and what's the word I'm looking for? And giving and seems ridiculous to us. But that idea, and if we strive for it, if we work for it, it can change the future, and it changes it can change it dramatically. The more ridiculous it is, the more dramatic the changes can be for it. And that's what we're striving for. We're striving for change. And we're striving for a change that we want. We want to direct ourselves away from the bad futures. That's why we forecast them. We develop the bad futures so that we can see the blocking, see what's blocking, see what's getting us there, and block it from happening. We develop good futures and visionary futures so that we can make plans and we can make strategies to try to direct us there so that we end up somewhere we want to be. Our vision is our guiding post. Our preferable futures are the places that are within the range of the target where we're good to hit. So we want to go there. And that's why we do futures, so that we can direct the future to make something better in a place where we want to live. Thank you.